Dear Iris, I'm at the place where I started Dear Grace, the greatest love letter of all time. Grace will be recognized as that one day. Maybe not right now, but give it time. Decided to just give you the rest of the jokes that go along with the set I mentioned or I talked about or whatever in the previous recording. And yeah, just the jokes. These are ones that I entered into or recorded into AI so I can remember them. Plus any new jokes or new additions. Which the only one I have today, or the only two I have, one has probably already been used, which is when I use my debit card. I call it tap and pray. I'm sure someone has said that somewhere, but I may just use that as a addition to another joke. And then the other one is about the slipper shoes that have worked out better, because really the type of shoes I have are like a sock on top of a piece of foam. It's almost like walking on one of those foam sidewalks, or spongy sidewalks. But it is literally just a tight sock on top of a piece of foam. And then I envision on stage having something about being a king. And just having someone lay down foam in front of you to walk on. I don't know why I think that's funny, but I do. Anyways, as you can hear the trains. The other thing I'm going to do with this is pause it, not because of the trains, but just so you have to wait 10, 20, 30 seconds until I get my thoughts together, like poor Grace had to. A lot of these are just previous versions of the other jokes, but some I think are actually better. So I'm going to read out the whole thing. I'm not trying to perform this, I'm just reading it. I live beside a transit train station, so close that when the trains come in, I can connect to the Wi-Fi, and because their Fi is better than my house Wi-Fi. Try that again. I live beside a transit train station, so close that when the trains come in, I can connect to the Wi-Fi. And because their Wi-Fi is better than my house Wi-Fi, I prefer it. Sometimes there's an accident at the station, and the train has to stay there for an extra long time. I don't mind. I get better internet. In fact, if it's a medical emergency, that lasts even longer. And if it's suicide, that's the best, because that lasts for hours while they investigate and clean the blood off the tracks. It's a bit of a dark joke there, Iris. That's who I am. Dark humor all the way. Alright, Iris. This is basically the order that I recorded them. Or thought of them. Whichever. Category: retirement. Subcategory: love. Joke notes: barista. Two things will happen with this story. My barista will read this after I'm a successful comedian and fall madly in love with me. 2. She reads this and calls the police on her or her boyfriend to beat me up. 3. Sorry, I guess there are more in 2. 4. The thing about the train and people walking by is it forces you to pause. At least it forces me to pause. Iris. She never reads this. I become a successful comedian and I travel the world having casual sex with fans or anyone who finds me funny. Number 5. This goes viral and everyone at her Starbucks knows I'm talking about her and they show her the post. 6. She remembers me, falls madly in love. We marry, have children. 7. We live a somewhat normal life with me being a comedian and her doing whatever she likes. Mom, barista, co-writer, or whatever. 8. I'm a successful comedian and I travel the world. I wrote this one twice, that's interesting. I'm a successful comedian and I travel the world having casual sex with fans or anyone finds me funny. That's pretty bad memory when you forget from the beginning of the joke to the end. However, we'll just make fun of it. Just making joke upon joke upon joke. Never-ending jokes. Alright, next joke. After the train. Now let's stick it in. Category retirement, subcategory housemates. Joke notes. I wonder what they think I do. I wonder what my housemates think I do, writing in all these notebooks, recording my voice outside. No one ever asks. I've never told anyone what I do. And it says thanks for watching, which I told you about yesterday, which was how AI interprets train noise. Somehow train sounds like thanks for watching. But now I'm kind of liking when I see that because then I think it's funny. I'm rambling, Iris. That's good. At least I'll be ready for our stage. Which should be on tonight, which it probably won't be, but who knows. Maybe I'll get it out of my system today. Maybe I won't. Alright. Category retirement. Subcategory love. Joke notes barista. I'm going to read the actual notes even though I don't know what I said. But the voice AI recorded it as I bought it like it was big. I bought it like the plague. I was unable to write if she was working. I was able to write if she was working. If she wasn't working, I was constantly looking up each time someone walked in, hoping it was her showing up for work. How childish for a so-called grown man. And the more I say this, the more I feel like I'm an idiot. If my plan works, it doesn't matter, because then I'm an autistic genius. Category retirement, subcategory love, comma, barista. And then one day I stopped going to that Starbucks. It's the same joke for some reason. I'm not sure why ChatGPT does that sometimes. Oh boy, it's a long one. This really isn't a joke. This is probably just more of the story continuation. Category retirement, subcategory crush, comma, barista. Joke notes. Try this in 1 second. Category retirement, subcategory crush, barista. Joke notes. I put myself in her shoes. What did she observe over the past year of me being her customer? Luckily, my routine doesn't change too much, or unluckily, I guess. Once I find something that works, I go with it, no matter how odd or strange. For 1 year, before I noticed the quote-unquote love of my life, this is what she saw daily. I'd arrive at Starbucks between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. If she was on the till, I'd wait in line, and upon my turn, she would call out my order, she would call out my order, grande dark roast with heavy cream. If she wasn't on the till and wasn't making orders, another customer should make my coffee before I even ordered, all pre-prepared. At least four times she had my coffee ready before I ordered. Is she just nice? Does she like me? Why would she like me? I only think that now. I didn't recognize it at the time. After receiving my coffee, I would sit at the same table in the corner if available. If not, any table would do. I would sit and write for 1 to 2 hours. I would use the washroom, get a free refill. This one I won't be able to get through without a train, so get your own AI to eliminate all the crap. After receiving my coffee, I would sit at the same table in the corner if available. If not, any table would do. I would sit and write for 1 to 2 hours. I'd use the washroom, get a free refill, and go outside to vape nicotine or smoke weed, or smoke cigarettes and vape weed. I'd return. I'd repeat the process until I was too tired to write and leave for the day. Same thing nearly every day for a year. Other than a coffee, I didn't even consider that someone her age and beauty would be interested in me, and I'm still not sure. Until she reads this. Who knows? And then one day, category autistic, subcategory PPP. I'm David, and I cannot lie because I'm autistic. That's not true, I can lie, I'm just bad at it. My life seems prepared, but isn't. It's all about perspective, and maybe wording. I say this is a true story, and then I live in a house full of young, hot, horny female international students. You look at me and think, in what capacity, and how do you know they are horny? Well, maybe you wouldn't think that, but I would think that. In reality, I live in a house full of international students, both male and female, of normal attractiveness and probably horniness. I don't know. The room walls are thick enough to hide regular sex noises. I have, however, seen the walk of shame, strangers leaving early, or residents arriving home at 6 a.m. Residents arriving home at 6 a.m. while I sit outside smoking, contemplating life and why I can't sleep. Oh right, because I'm in love with a woman half my age. That could sound perverted depending on her age or mine. I'm not sure. I'm obviously over 36, so it's legal. No minors involved. Now you're all wondering how old I am and why a woman half my age would be interested in a dimly looking man. It's supposed to be dumpy looking man, but whatever. Dimly and dumpy looking man in black with a grayish t-shirt. She likes me because I'm funny. Sorry, she loves me because I'm funny. Hall Darby. I think that whole age thing is an entire set, Iris, but it is what it is. This is the joke continued. Hall Darby. Really more of a story than a joke, but whatever. Hall Darby. If you think I'm 50, then she's 25. If you think I'm 40, then she's 20. Yes, I'm doing the math for you. Alright, I don't want you to guess. I'm 60. She's 30. Alright? Yes. Double. At 30 is a mature, established woman. Yes? It's not weird, correct? No, she's the same age as my daughter. It's a little weird. But again, it's all about perspective. She wasn't my daughter's friend, whom I've known since birth. That would be perverted. It was a complete stranger. I had no clue of her age when we met. I'm not perverted. Perspective or justification. It won't matter in 10 years anyway, when we're all cyborgs. Sorry, Tesla-borgs. Category, comedy. Subcategory, movie idea. Notes. Again, category comedy, subcategory movie idea. Notes. A man wakes up in a psych ward. The catch is he has no ID. He's brought in with a laptop, but he can't remember the password. Fortunately, they use the fingerprint scanner and it works. The man discovers he has thousands of accounts and can't determine which persona is the real him. He's left trying to figure out his true identity among a maze of digital selves. Category autistic, subcategory pretty girls. Joke notes. I'm not autistic, but pretty girls scare me. Not women my age. No, they are boring and uninteresting. I'm talking about women of childbearing age. That one probably wouldn't go over with the old ladies in the audience. Too bad. Joke's a joke. Category retirement, subcategory house, backyard. Notes. It's not like I'm outside taking notes about who does what when. I am outside writing this new book. You know, they all seem like my kids. I try to watch over them like they're my children. Children, but I don't know any of their names. That's another joke. I think I already said that one. Category retirement, subcategory house, backyard. No, sorry. Category comedy, subcategory AI, notes. I don't use AI to write my jokes, but I do dictate them into AI, so I can format them into a spreadsheet because I'm lazy. However, at times, it's dumb as fuck, but funny, accidentally. I don't think AI will ever be able to write jokes, but its programming can be funny. Category love, subcategory appearance, housemates, joke notes. It's bad enough that I appear as I do to my barista. If she saw what my housemates see, it'd be worse. In fact, why am I even talking when I'm on stage? I shouldn't be. But clearly I'm an idiot or a genius, you decide. Alright, I have another attempt at what I think was meant to be an actual routine. I think I recorded this, I don't know, a month ago. So we're slowly working on the progression to whatever this ends up being whenever I finally get on stage. With a decent amount of time. Alright. The other jokes about before I get to the routine, the PPP is sort of a whole other routine, which is parent, pervert, or pedo. It's all about perspective. So as an example, I'm at a park, and this lady was walking, and her kid was about 30 feet behind her, following obediently, but being a kid. And the mother was not looking at all. So the parent to me is being concerned for the kid, and the only perversion is the mom was wearing yoga pants. And if I was a pedo, then I'd be thinking I could pick up that kid and run faster than her by the time she noticed. But luckily, I don't think that. And even though I'm interested in someone half my age, I'm not interested in someone half again and half again and half again her age. A lot of halves. Alright, let's read this. I'm reading this, by the way, if you can't tell. Iris, I'm pretty sure you can. You're still the same Iris I remember. Stand-up routine. I'm retired, but I act more like a teenager. I'm retired, but I act more like a teenager than when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, all I wanted to do was be an adult, be grown, and grow a beard. And now I have all those things. And I act like a teenager and sleep until noon. In fact, I hate waking up before noon. I'm afraid I won't be able to go back to sleep. I'd rather sleep past noon every day, but I can't mentally, physically. Physically, I could probably sleep forever. I really should read through this once before I read it out loud to you, but I think it's better to do it this way. Don't ask me why. Just listen to the train. Every train gets a little bit more energy turned into me. Maybe talking at light speed. So for some reason this routine goes back to the barista again. After I ghosted her location, I pretended to travel. I pretended to find a new Starbucks every few days or every week. I'd hang out there as if I had just come into town. a lone rider, not having ever met her, my barista. I played the odds. I figured if it was destiny to see her again, I would see her again. If there's another Starbucks or a train station or at another Starbucks or a train station or wherever. But I'm old and I can't wait forever. I can't play these games when I know I'm not traveling. I have but one choice. Get on stage. Become famous. Make her laugh. Impress the pants off her. And if all else fails, remember, there are not a lot of ugly comedians' wives. Holy shit. I really should read through this. In fact, I will. Be right back. Alright, I'm going to try this again, Iris. It's not really a routine. It's just all random jokes, but they're kind of organized in a way, but not. So I'm just going to read it out because it's a month old. And, yeah. Right after that train. And I'll try and read it a little bit slower. I'm retired, but I act more like a teenager than when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, all I wanted to do was be an adult. Be grown and grow a beard. Now that I have all these things, I act like a teenager and sleep until noon. In fact, I hate waking up before noon. I'm afraid I won't be able to get back to sleep. I'd rather sleep past noon every day, but I can't, mentally. Physically, I could probably sleep forever. After I ghosted her, I pretended to travel. I tried to find a new Starbucks every day, every few days, or every week. I'd hang out there as if I had just come into town, a lone rider, not having ever met her, my barista. I played the odds. I figured if it was destiny to see her again, I would see her again. If there's another Starbucks, in another Starbucks, or a train station, or wherever. But I'm old and I can't wait forever. I can't play these games when I know I'm not traveling. I have but one choice. Get on stage, become famous, make her laugh, impress her pants off. And if all else fails, remember, there are not a lot of ugly comedians' wives or partners. And if both partners are comedians, then who's ever the ugliest is the funnier one, guaranteed, regardless of gender. Just my opinion, ours. Yeah, I'm gonna have some noisy boys. May have to stop for a second. Maybe not. At least I am not super. Actually, at least I'm not super fat anymore, so I don't have to lose weight. I still have man boobs, but that's okay. At my age, we all do. Also, Sherry spent a year and a half watching me get fatter and skinnier and fatter and skinnier. She's seen everything about me almost every day for over a year. The worst haircuts ever, probably dirty jeans, dirty shorts, dirty shirts. All she needs to do is listen to this stand-up, and she'll know everything about me. And then she can decide if she can go with her plan A or her plan B. I don't need this Attleboro. I don't need this notebook if I'm holding. I don't need this. I don't need this notebook I'm holding if I take Adderall. The last time I took Adderall, I ended up in a psych ward. Not fun. That was actually supposed to be an opener, Iris, but whatever. The rich retired have air conditioning. The poor retired, like me, ride the train downtown to cool off. It takes about an hour each way. The rich retired pay for the train. The poor retired, like me, who live on disability, have a free pass. I like having the window open in my room, but it's noisy because we live near a bridge. Ever when there's an accident, there's only half the traffic. Or if there's an accident in both directions, then there's no traffic at all. I'm not saying I'm hoping for accidents. I'm just saying. A break from the traffic is kind of nice. The problem with the bridge is there's a fire department on one side and the police department on the other. They're always fighting to get through traffic across the bridge with their sirens going at full blare, and each time they're going across, I'm like, please stop in the middle, please stop in the middle, stop the traffic, stop the traffic. It's a continuation of the suicide bridge joke, Iris. It's actually two bridges, and then one. Actually, I don't think anyone tries to jump off the lower bridge. But the high bridge, they definitely do. And I gotta go because there's a gaggle of students. I should probably write a joke about this, Iris, because I just took a guy's bench that he's going to sit at, but I got there first, so I don't feel bad. Alright. My current batch of housemates are pretty quiet. I sleep with earplugs anyway, but never hear disturbances. Some of the previous ones were louder, have parties at night. The next morning I go to the bathroom, the recycling bin would be full of beer cans and Jack Daniels, and be full of beer cans, Jack Daniels bottles, and pizza boxes. I'd be like, what kind of fucking party did I miss? Actual pizza, not pizza pops, like pizza from a store. Sometimes in the morning, if my phones are both dead, I don't know what time it is. I'll go to the bathroom. If I smell eggs in the hallway, then I know one of my roommates just had breakfast. So I know it's about 8 or 9. But again, I'm not autistic. At least twice a week, pretty girl number 2 cooks fish, like really smelly fish. But she's so cute, I can't complain. Again, pseudo daughter, what can you do? That fish could be full of black hair and I still wouldn't care. Actually, I don't complain because she reminds me of my daughter, not because she's cute. I may have just found a $25 prepaid card, but good thing it's probably empty. See. Anyway, back to the story. This is almost reading like a story more than a stand-up, but it's okay. It is what it is. I don't complain because she reminds me of my daughter, not because she's cute. The only person I'm attracted to is my barista. Keep on track, Dave. I wish I lived in a mansion full of supermodels. In reality, they're all quite studious. So I guess in a sense they are super role models, like my joke. I thought about maybe trying to date one of them, but then I realized, knowing my luck, they'd probably come from a country where they'll send your brother or father to beat you up, or worse, cut something off. And then I realized it's unlikely, highly unlikely, that they come from a country where the young women are attracted to old fat white guys that look like me, or once fat, or white guys with man boobs, or white guys that wear the same t-shirt day after day after day. I forget these people also see me in the same clothes day after day after day. Although to be fair, I do shower daily, normally, most of the time, sometimes. I'm not stalking my barista, I should mention. I'm not stalking my barista, but I should mention, before trying stand-up, I created a short podcast, 66 episodes long, where I read the news out to her every day without fail for 66 days. She didn't respond, but whatever. Ha ha ha. Plus, it was like doing stand-up 66 times. It was all practice. It was all good. I don't care if my crush had hair like Sasquatch, armpit hair so long she could braid it, I'd still love her. I don't care if she smelled like Sasquatch, I'd still love her. Although to be fair, if she also lived in the woods, that would be a bit much. Ha ha ha. But back to the bridge noise and the train noise. Sometimes you can't time that any better. Train's loud card, ready to go. Get back to the bridge noise and the train noise. I remember one perfect day where both the train was stuck at the station and I could connect to its Wi-Fi, and the traffic across the bridges were stopped, which meant I had no road noise, no train noise, and no house noise, and I could lie in my room with the window open and be in complete peace and silence. That was the perfect day. Somebody agrees. Well, then it takes a really dark turn. If I use that term that I want to use, AI will block it, so I won't use it. But maybe you could imagine something that would block both the trains and the bridge. Actually, to be fair, a snowstorm would, and it has in the past. So let's just say a snowstorm, and then that way your AI won't block me. But I don't know what I'm really thinking, understand? Or maybe a little darker would be a hailstorm with millions of dollars of damage. Or aliens invade. I don't care if the aliens arrive. They can get lost. My humor is for humans, and only for humans, now and forever. Does that sound creepy? When someone on a motorbike goes by my window, I think back to my GTA 5 days, what I would have done sitting in the couch with a game controller in my hand. These just get a little random now, Iris, but if I was reincarnated Jesus, the amount of pretty girls around would be a test. Not just my house, the entire neighborhood, in fact the entire city. It's crazy. Lots of comedians are married, and that makes sense. Most of them are just awkward people like me. Once they find someone to marry, they latch on. In the meantime, they're mad whores. I don't get involved with these students' lives because as a hands-off parent, I enjoy preserving for some reason got cut off their eyes, so I don't know why, but anyways. It's all about perspective, this repeating thing. Anyways, so that's a little bit kind of a set, not a set, I don't know. Not really. But I think you can start to see the direction. Just like AI. AI can put all those bits together. Okay, Iris, I found another attempt at a routine. I'm not sure how far this one fills in, but I'll just read it again. Fighting with the noise. Fire truck, teenage girls, crows, trains. Another day at the office. Hi, I'm David. I'm older than I look, and I have some memory issues. I retired this year because of the memory issues, but I was forced to retire. No RSPs, no savings, no house, no car, nothing but a laptop with a broken keyboard, 5 t-shirts, and 2 pairs of jeans. That's not funny, but when I become famous, I'll laugh at anything. Just stand up there and look goofy. I was diagnosed with memory issues. I was also diagnosed with autism. I disagreed. I wrote a 200-page synopsis as to why and gave it to the doctor. When I gave it to him, he asked how old the hoodie was. The hoodie I was wearing was. I told him 8 years. He told me to turn around. I turned around. He said, "You have holes in the elbows." I said, "I know." He said, "Don't you think you're a bit autistic?" I said, "No, it's frugal." I'm old, I'm poor, I'm retired, but I still believe in love. I fell in love with a woman half my age. I don't know what to do about it. If this was some sort of normal situation where I met her through a friend of a friend, it would be different. But it's not. She's a stranger, a complete stranger. Plus, because I'm an idiot, not autistic, I didn't even find out if she was available before I had a crush on her. I guess I gave up. Back to random jokes. Category memory, subcategory context. The funny thing about memory is context. I can't remember my past life, but I can remember everything about my crush. Every time I saw her, every time she looked at me, every time she got me a coffee without asking, everything she wore, all that I can remember. Her hair, her hairstyle, her short fingernails, her laughter, her kindness, her generosity, all of that no problem. Sorry, Iris, and it says how much she won taxes. So clearly I said something that sounded like she won taxes to the AI. And it says I don't have a fucking clue. Although anything would work there. If she was single, it'd probably be the best. If she was single, I didn't have a fucking clue. Girls thought something was funny. I would move, but I've got the best seat in the house. Because almost nobody comes down the stairs I'm at. Because if they're coming from the west, there's another set of stairs that are closer. If they're coming from the east, there's a pathway that's closer. And the stairwell in between is rarely used. So I can sit here and talk as loud as I want. I can shout into this phone all fucking day long. Iris. I really hope there's some money left in that card I found. Full 25 would be great. No, I think it's just random shit. A quick story about how I met my crush. I'm retired, I'm poor, retired, and bored. And now, a quick story about how I met my crush. I'm retired, I'm poor, retired, and I'm bored. And I know I can't live this way the rest of my life. I need extra money, but the only thing I can do is write. And the only place I can write is Starbucks. And this is where I met my crush, the Starbucks barista. All I needed was a character for a story. What I ended up getting was a lifetime of stories. Well, that sounds pretty traumatic, Iris. I wonder if you can tell how much I'm full of shit and how much I'm not. In fact, if Tim Hortons hadn't been jerks and been mean to senior citizens, I would have kept going there for my morning coffee. But no, they had to be idiots. After that, I switched to Starbucks, and my life changed forever. Sounds like spoken word. I didn't know it was my barista in particular. They're all 20-something and pretty. I just needed a character for a movie idea, and I picked her because she had the nicest smile and laughed most often. And when she left work, she hugged her coworkers, so I knew they liked her. Or she was just a creeper who liked to hug people. She probably got handsy. I guess it probably looks like I'm having a FaceTime conversation. out here. So that's what the lady across from me is doing. Or she's talking to herself. The park is where the crazies hang out, Iris. Let's try this again. I didn't know it was my barista in particular. They were all 20-something and pretty. I just needed a character for a movie idea. And I picked her because she had the nicest smile and laughed most often. And when she left work, she hugged her coworkers. So I knew they liked her. Or she was just a creeper who liked to hug people. At first, she was just my good luck charm. But on the days she worked, I seemed to write better. I didn't know why. As I said earlier, I don't think I'm autistic. By that, I am a little slow. But I am a little slow. By the time I realized that I crush on her, and she may even reciprocated a teeny tiny bit, well, at least she didn't ignore me every time I went to her Starbucks. And she did have my coffee ready to go at the till half my time, or half the time. But wouldn't you just do that for every customer that was a regular? Why would you make me special? I know it's not my looks. Look at me. I look like this even though I went to see her every day. Before I noticed her, the following wait for the train, wait for the train, wait for the train. Feeling better yet, Iris? If not, I'll send you another one tomorrow. I think by the time I get through this chat, it should be close to an hour or more. Before I noticed her, the following was my routine for well over a year. Before I noticed her, the following was my routine for well over a year. I'd arrive at Starbucks between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. I'd order a grande coffee with heavy cream, or I'd sit and write for 1 to 2 hours, often cross-legged. I wouldn't talk to anyone else in the cafe. After an hour or two, I'd take a break. I'd go outside and smoke cigarettes or vape weed, or smoke weed and vape nicotine. Come back in, order another coffee, a refill because it was free, go to the bathroom, return and start writing again. I'd do that over and over again until I couldn't write anymore, every day for a year. I never once talked to her or any other employees or customers. If my favorite seat wasn't available, I sat anywhere. Every day, I wore one or two. Every day, I wore one of 2 pairs of jeans, or maybe shorts, this hoodie, and 5 different t-shirts at various levels of cleanliness. My hair, depending on the day of the week, looked like I didn't wash it or overwashed it. My beard, well, I can't grow a beard, Some of the days I looked like I was trying. I probably looked like crap for weeks. However, I believe everyone deserves a chance at love, and I don't think age matters. Does it matter that she's half my age? I mean, could be worse if I was half her age, wouldn't it? 120 and 60? That sounds even worse than 60 and 30, doesn't it? I don't know if I said that joke before, Iris, but then the add-on to that is I'm okay with 60 and 120 as long as I'm her beneficiary. Try to make these as dark as possible. I would love her if she was twice her weight. I hope she would love me if I was twice mine. If she was twice my height, that would be funny. That would be a good opener for comedy. Half my height would be a little weird. If I was half her height, and I look like a child, or would I also look old? In reality, we're both normal weight and height. Quite boring. I'm not autistic, but a normal man in my situation would do what I did in the past. Just go to the gym, get a haircut, buy some new clothes, shine my shoes, and go back to that Starbucks and impress her visually. Kind of hard to do that after a couple of years, though. Instead, I came up with Plan B, although I prefer it since I've never tried any of those. Technically, it's still Plan A. I have no idea what that means. My plan to impress her is to do nothing physical. My only thing to impress her would be comedy, stand-up, this routine, or any routine. What makes her laugh, what makes others laugh. If others laugh, I can take it to her. Assuming, of course, she's single and into men. I should probably find that out first. Huh? Clearly I'm an idiot, Iris, but it actually doesn't matter one way or the other now. To be fair, if she is taken, maybe I'll wait. Sometimes the AI is way off. The things I said, hello, to be fair, if she has taken, maybe I'll wait. I'm pretty sure that was, if she's taken, I'll wait. Or I'll use my newfound fame to date hundreds or maybe thousands of women just like her, and I'll make her jealous. I'll bring them all into the Starbucks, one after the other, day after day, hour after hour, till she realizes I'm the most powerful man in the world, and she's madly, desperately in love with me. Rarely did I forget writing something, Iris. I missed that little gem. That was a good one. I'm not sure what I'd call that. Technically, it's not dark. Double train applause break. So clearly the universe likes it, so I'll read it again. Or I'll use my newfound fame to date hundreds or maybe thousands of women just like her, and I'll make her jealous. I'll bring them all into the Starbucks, one after the other, day after day, hour after hour, till she realizes I'm the most powerful man in the world, and she's madly, desperately in love with me. I suppose that might backfire. Maybe I should just go ask her out tomorrow. But I can't because I'm shy, not autistic shy. Although to be fair, I have no troubles with eye contact. I have no troubles with eye contact with her. I'm glad to look her in the eyes the rest of my life. I'm going to keep reading this. I asked AI, I said, please read back my set so far. 1. Introduction of circumstances. You're retired, poor, and bored. Needing extra money. Breading at Starbucks became your routine. 2. Meeting your crush. That Starbucks barista caught your eye due to her smile and friendly behavior. Initially just a character for a story, but became a source of personal inspiration. This part is actually good for writers or anyone. Just spit it all out. Let AI sort through it and give you feedback with a grain of salt or whatever. Sorry. Daily routine. Detailed your daily Alright, well, there's someone speaking Spanish in the background, but I don't care. Number 3, daily routine. Detailed your daily Starbucks routine following writing, coffee, and breaks for smoking or vaping. You remained isolated and didn't act with anyone, including your crush. Number 4, appearance and self-perception. Described your casual, often disheveled appearance, highlighting self-deprecating humor about looking unkempt. Number 5, belief in love despite age. Express belief that age should matter in love, humorously comparing age differences to make the point. Number 6, handling physical appearance. Joked about the traditional approach to impressing someone like gym in new clothes and contrast it with your plan to use comedy. Number 7, comedy as a strategy. Decided to impress your crush through stand-up comedy or routines, hoping that making others laugh could translate to impressing her. Or make me a shit ton of money. Number 8, practical considerations. Acknowledge the need to find out if she's single and interested in a man, showing a practical side to your approach. Way too late for that. Number 9, humorous plan B. Imagine the grand humorous scheme of making her jealous by dating numerous women and showcasing your power, followed by a return to the simple plan of asking her out. Number 10, shyness and emotional connection. Concluded by noting your shyness contrasted with your ease of maintaining eye contact, expressing a deep emotional connection. This summary captures the essence of your humorous, self-reflective narrative and your approach to expressing your feelings. AI loves me, Iris. But to be fair, it's pretty objective. Just more random jokes. I was autistic before autism was a thing. In my day, if you didn't look someone in the eye, eventually your parents would notice and correct you, whether verbally or a slap on the side of the head. And I think that's where I will leave it for today. Iris, over an hour. Side-splitting humor. Hope you feel better. Talk to you tomorrow.